But right now you can get it for a low number. This fish scale white, same color my Hummer. Zone 6 polar bears never see summer. It's winter all year cause the birds fly yonder. 95 Air Max cause I'm a dope runner. I'm ballin' like an athlete but got no jumper. It's great. Right now you can get it for a low number. This fish scale white, same color my Hummer. Zone 6 polar bears never see summer. It's winter all year cause the birds fly yonder. 95 Air Max cause I'm a dope runner. I'm ballin' like an athlete but got no jumper. It's great.
So you can first state your name and then your affiliation on campus.
My name is Michael Musselman, and I am an undergraduate assistant for the men's basketball team here on campus.
All right, and then tell us about your position with the basketball department and why you do what you do.
Basically, it's just day-to-day operations, like in there cutting film, recruiting kids, just like reaching out to recruits, stuff like that. And then just everyday like practice, working out the guys in the off season, and just day-to-day routine.
So would you say you're an influence, I guess, not only to those kids, but to the college athletes on the basketball team?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure that everyone who holds a coaching role is, especially the assistants, the athletic director, and head coach, I think they especially hold like a really important role because in a sense they're like the players' parents away from their parents. They're here like 11 to 12 months out of the year, so they really aren't around their parents at all. So it's actually important for people that are on the coaching staff to like guide the kids and help them with just regular stuff that parents would be there for them normally.
Okay, and what types of examples would you say you've used to guide these students throughout this current semester?
Just little things like staying on and making sure they're doing their schoolwork and getting it done efficiently. On the road, you have to make sure they're like locked in all the time and they're not, playing video games or out and about like messing around and stuff, and just keeping them focused on like what's really important.
Okay, and then as far as being a leader, do you have more of an open door policy? Like are players, athletes, do they feel comfortable coming to you? What are your views on like fraternization with a role like yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think me especially because I'm kind of like a student, but also like with the staff, I'm kind of like a good bridge between players and coaches, and I can kind of like facilitate conversation between them. Players can come to me as well as coaches, and I can bridge conversation, kind of like when players might have a problem with a coach or something like that, or another player, I can help, kind of like lessen the tension.
Okay, and then when you're bringing the issue or the attention of, let's say, an athlete up to a coach, what's your approach to them? Are you more of, going up to someone on a more formal level?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a more formal level, and it's nice to have a bridge where the frustration level can be kind of like sorted out because I have no animosity towards either person, so it's kind of just like a mediator in a sense. And it's good for me because the coaches can kind of get a sense from like a student's view and someone my age, where the players might be seeing something differently than like the older.
Okay, so putting yourself into a PR position for the team, when something happens, say off of the court or even within the court, so a player's, I guess, influences, for example, not standing for the national anthem, how can you shed a positive light for the general public?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I think it's really important for athletes who may have a bigger voice than just the regular person. I think it's important for them to use their voice and use their platform to really, protest if they want to protest, or do whatever they need to do to stand up for their opinion and what they think is right. That being said, I think there's a respectful way to do it. I think like kneeling for the flag, it became a big controversy, I think or kneeling for the anthem was controversial, and it might have been better to just, instead of bringing negative light to it, to just change your way and go about it a different way. That would have been more positive, and actually doing it off the court too. I think it happened in the NFL and it was a big thing, and the NBA season rolled around and NBA players just went about it a lot differently. They went about it like, we're going to take our stand on social media and we're going to take our stand off the court, and I think that actually was a lot more effective and a lot more positive. I know here at USD we didn't have the problem because we just decided from the get-go that we were going to stand and respect the national anthem and respect what it stands for in our country. And so we didn't have that problem, but I respect athletes who stand up and do what, stand up for what they think is right and for all the current events going on across the country.
Okay, and then going into, let's say, like our final questions. So, as someone who's looking to be a future NBA coach, what steps would you take, like, with the general public? So, stepping away from the team, obviously the team is already looking up to you as a leader, but for, let's say, younger kids, college students, and, like for your position right now, looking up to head coaches, what are you going to do as a head coach to influence those who are not athletes?
I think just being active in the community, whether it be with like kids clinics or just motivational speaking or anything that athletes and coaches can do out in the public to really get the public, one, involved with the program and become fans of sports, and just get out there and help kids, because there's a lot of kids that just aren't fortunate enough to have opportunities to do things that more fortunate people are, like in regards to sports, in regards to even going to school, stuff like that. So I think just being out and about and helping the less fortunate is a big deal. I think going forward, for me at least, just always staying in a positive light, keeping good relationships is really important, especially in today's age. One wrong thing on Twitter, one wrong thing on any website is just really detrimental to someone's image, especially like younger people coming into the profession. So I think just always being positive is a big deal.